Welcome to the battle of the wide margins. Oh yeah! Ha ha! All right, ladies and gentlemen, so let's get this show on the road. Here you got your 4 contestants. We got the Schuyler wide margin NASB. We have the Thomas Nelson New King James Version wide margin that just came out. We also have the NASB Cambridge, ladies and gentlemen, wide margins, and one that nobody expected to see. It is the CROSSWAY. Now this one, I don't have the goat skin, but I still managed to enter this one specifically because, well, you'll see why. So now the 4 areas I'm going to be judging this is going to be for its portability or weight, margins, bleed through, and the size, font, and readability. We're going to be comparing all 4 of these beauties right here.
Round 1, fight.
We're going to look at the Schuyler. Now the Schuyler, I've given it the name of the big boy. Look at that big boy. It is a big boy in comparison to all the other ones. We see Thomas Nelson right here. It is a little bit bigger than the Cambridge. Cambridge and CROSSWAY are about the same. They are about the same. So when you check out the weight, obviously the Schuyler, the big boy, is going to be a lot heavier than the rest of the 3. But which of these 3 comes in next? So the Schuyler is the heaviest, guys. Which of these 3 right here do you think would fit better in your bag or in your everyday that you're going to be carrying around? I'm not talking about preaching out from. I'm talking about your everyday Bible, that it's not going to be too heavy on you when you put it in your bag. If you have a bag, your purse, you take it by hand, you have it there in your office and stuff like that. Which of these 3 do you think would be a lot more comfortable as your travel Bible? In my case, I'm going to have to choose the CROSSWAY. Yes, the CROSSWAY is the more portable. It's the one that's less wide than all of these wide margins. And you're going to be surprised when we come into the margins, which is
Round 2, fight.
Let's go ahead and start off with the Schuyler, ladies and gentlemen. Let's open it up to a random page. So we're going to have it in Daniel chapter 9. These are the wide margins on the Schuyler. Now check it out. Wide margins all over, ladies and gentlemen. Wide margins all over. That is awesome. Thomas Nelson. Daniel 9 right there. Those are your wide margins right here. Now you see that the wide margins, they're not that wide. The inner margins, nor are the top or bottom. Now when we compare these right here, look at the wide margins. Yes, I understand, and as I said in my video, we do get larger print in the Thomas Nelson. Schuyler does give us large print, ladies and gentlemen. They do actually give us large print. Maybe not as big as Thomas Nelson. This one's a 10.5. I believe Schuyler's is a 10-point font, if I'm not mistaken. This is the Cambridge, the Eagle. Look at the wide margins. Now, we do get wider margins. We do get wide margins on the sides. Nice size on the bottom. Now, when it comes to the inner margins, they are pretty decent. They're pretty nice. You can actually put some information in there, that's for sure, ladies and gentlemen. So here's the CROSSWAY single column heirloom, ladies and gentlemen. It does got some nice margins on the bottom, sides, top. The inner margin seems to be the same thing with the Thomas Nelson here. You kind of have to press on it to get some space in there. So that's kind of the same thing as the CROSSWAY. Schuyler here gives you a lot more space all around, and the Cambridge also does the same thing.
Round 3.
So I've gone through some of the Bible pages that I've written on, and so what we're going to examine is not does the ink show through, but does the ink bleed through. Now, the only one that you'll see that I have not written in is in my Thomas Nelson, and for the sake of this test right here, I've just done some circle around, which it will be enough to see does the ink bleed through. Now on all of these, ladies and gentlemen, I have used the Microns 005. All right, so let's get started. Let's start off with Schuyler. Now remember that Schuyler does use 40 GSM paper. So we'll see the writing right here, ladies and gentlemen. Check it out. There's some blue, there's red. Okay, so that's the writing. All right, so Does this bleed through? There's a little bit of show through, but it does not bleed through. Let's flip the page. All right. No cheating. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. You see a little bit through it, of course. There's a little see-through, a little ghosting, but there is no bleed-through. This is the Thomas Nelson. Again, I didn't write on it. I just drew a little circle on it. I want you guys to see, does it bleed through though? From what I'm seeing in person, it doesn't bleed through. On the verge of bleeding through, but it does not bleed. Cambridge. Let's go with our Cambridge. Now, remember, this is a $230 Bible, another $230, $240 Bible. Thomas Nelson's is a $190 Bible. And CROSSWAY, this edition, the Truth Tone, ladies and gentlemen, this is like a $40 Bible, if not less. Cambridge, let's look at Cambridge. Now, Cambridge will shock you guys because Cambridge, there actually is a little bit of bleed through. Not just see-through, but there's actually bleed through. And yes, guys, these are microns 0.05. So I was a little bit surprised. Now this one right here, that's not a micron. That's not a micron. Everything else is microns. And now that one did shock me. Last but not least, my CROSSWAY single column. Look at that. All right, so that's one page. Let's flip it over. There is a little bit of see-through. Once again, the camera does make it a little bit worse, but there is no bleed-through, ladies and gentlemen. No bleed-through whatsoever for a $40 Bible, a Bible that the pages, the text block was printed in China. Look at all the writing that I did here, especially in the blue. Where is it? Where is it, ladies and gentlemen? Look at that. That is remarkable. That's the CROSSWAY in True Tone leather, ladies and gentlemen. That is awesome.
Final round. Fight.
Now, obviously, very nice font on this one. I said that earlier, but 10.5 point font. Very clear, bold. The red letter is consistent throughout the pages. All right, so this is the Schuyler. This is, I believe, a 10-point font, if I'm not mistaken. Nice and large and bold. There's plenty of space between the sentences, the paragraphs. Very, very nice, ladies and gentlemen. We also have the CROSSWAY right here. All of them are in Matthew chapter 4, as you can see. Very nice. Very, very nice. However, for me, this one seems a little bit more cluttered than the first two. And then we have the Cambridge wide margin, the Eagle. Now, this one, it is a lot smaller font. I believe the font on this is an 8.75, maybe a 9. It is smaller than on the CROSSWAY and definitely than the other two. All right, so what's the verdict? On the portability and the weight, which Bible would you take? And in my opinion, CROSSWAY takes it. CROSSWAY will take the portability, the weight on it. Then it would be the Cambridge. Then it would be Thomas Nelson. And finally, it would be Schuyler. The margins. Guys, when it comes to the margins, I'm going to have to give it to Schuyler. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Schuyler comes in first, then Cambridge, and then CROSSWAY, and finally, Thomas Nelson. When it comes to the bleed through, ladies and gentlemen, the amazing thing about all of this is that this right here is like a $40 Bible. And you already saw the bleed through. No bleed through on this one at all, like there was on the Cambridge. This is 40 GSM paper. Now, if I show you the width of it, look how the big boy demolishes CROSSWAY. I mean, that is a thick Bible, $230 Bible. However, this basically has almost the same paper that the Schuyler does. Now, I know that some of you are going to wholeheartedly disagree, and that's fine, but you guys saw it. There was no bleed through on this one. There was no bleed through at all on this one, like there was bleed through on the Cambridge and on the little circle that I drew on Thomas Nelson. Guys, there was a little bit of bleed through. So I'm going to give it to Schuyler, the best quality paper. However, for the price, if you guys don't mind it, you guys can get yourself a CROSSWAY with just about the same kind of paper for $200 less, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I do believe that they do have the goatskin in this one, so if that's something that you like, guys, check out the CROSSWAY. When it comes to the size, the font, the readability, then on that one, yes, guys, I'm going to have to give it to Thomas Nelson. The readability on this is just simply amazing. So overall, ladies and gentlemen, which of these would be the perfect wide margin? Which one do you think? Which one do you go for? In my opinion, the best wide margin Bible that we have here would be the Schuyler. And I'm not saying that because I love Schuyler. I'm not saying that. No, this, I believe, would be the best wide margin to have. Now, if you don't mind the weight, because it's a big boy. Remember that. That's my nickname for the Schuyler wide margin, the big boy. If you don't mind the weight, ladies and gentlemen, that's it right there. That is the perfect wide margin. Now, if you do mind the weight and you don't want to be taking it everywhere, you're saying, yeah, that is a perfect wide margin, it's just a little too heavy, I think I'm going to have to leave this one at home. That's fine. I'm not talking about your everyday carry Bible. I'm just talking about the perfect wide margin, and I give that to the Schuyler. Now, if you're talking about your everyday Bible that you're going to be carrying around with you, taking notes, maybe you're taking it to work, to the office, and you want to do some notes out there, then the perfect wide margin for that, number 2, second place, ladies and gentlemen, would be the Cambridge. I know there's a little bit of bleed through, not the CROSSWAY, but there's just something about the Cambridge. I don't know what it is. It's just something about this Bible that you grab it, you look at the art guild, the paper. I don't know what it is, man. It's just, I'm in love with this Bible right here. So first place is a Schuyler. Second place is to take everywhere. You know, that is it right there. Number 3 would be my CROSSWAY, and number 4, it would be the Thomas Nelson. Now, this thing is a beauty. This pterodactyl right here, this thing is wider than any of these Bibles. Any of these 3. This one beats it. This one's awesome. I love it. I do love it. But if you're going to sell a wide margin, then guys, we have to have some wide margins in here for sure. We only have wide margins on the sides, very little bit on the bottom and on the top, and we have really nothing on the inside. So for that reason, it stays in number 4. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Guys, God bless you. Take care. Let me know if you agree with me or you don't disagree with me. Check it out. Let me know down in the comment section. Guys, God bless you. Love you guys a lot. And if you haven't liked or subscribed, do me that favor. It's going to help me out a lot. Like, subscribe, and yeah. All right, guys. God bless you. Take care, and I'll see you in my next one.